2024 is a day of remarkable bravery, exceptional teamwork, and profound loss for Burnsville. On this day, police officers Paul Elmstrand and Matthew Ruge and firefighter-paramedic Adam Finseth made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our community and saved the lives of 7 children that morning. Thank you for being here to honor and remember them with us. Their bravery, service, and the legacies they leave behind will not be forgotten. These men responded together, laid down their lives for one another, and died doing what they were called to do. Mayor Kautz and the City Council will now say a few words, followed by Fire Chief B.J. Junman and Police Chief Tanya Schwartz. Mayor Kautz.
Thank you, City Manager Lindberg. Welcome, everyone. We are honored that you are here with us today. As we gather today to commemorate the anniversary of the heartbreaking loss of our cherished public safety personnel, Paul Elmstrand, Matthew Ruge, and Adam Finseth, we find ourselves enveloped in a profound sense of grief and remembrance. Each soul taken from us represents not just a life lost, but a light extinguished, a beacon of courage, dedication, and selflessness. In the face of danger, these individuals stood tall, embodying the spirit of service and the commitment to protect and serve our community. They answered the call of duty to rescue 7 children with unwavering resolve, placing their own lives on the line for the safety of others. Today, we honor their memory and the sacrifice they made in the name of public safety. From a spiritual perspective, we are reminded that love transcends the boundaries of life and death. The essence of those we have lost continues to resonate within our hearts and within our communities they served. Paul, Matthew, and Adam's legacy lives on in the stories we share, the lives they touched, and the values they upheld. Together, we can keep their spirit alive by fostering a culture of compassion, unity, and resilience. As we reflect on this somber day, let us not only mourn the loss of Adam, Paul, and Matthew, but also celebrate their lives that were devoted to the noble cause of safeguarding others. May we draw strength from the memories of their bravery, allowing it to inspire us to create a safer, more compassionate world. In moments of sorrow, we often find the seeds of hope. Let us channel our grief into gratitude for the time we had with these remarkable individuals, and let our commitment to honoring their memory by embodying the qualities they represented: courage, integrity, and love for our fellow human beings. In remembrance, in reverence, and in love, we stand together, forever grateful for the sacrifice made by Paul, Matthew, and Adam. Finally, I pray, dear God, grant us the strength to heal, the courage to fight for what matters, and the wisdom to cherish those we love in the present moment. May love guide our steps, even though loss, uncertainty, and change. Amen. And now, Councilmember Dan Keeley.
Thank you, Mayor Kautz, for those very meaningful remarks. And thank you to everyone joining us here today in the council chambers to honor heroes, to remember our heroes, and continue our path of healing. Nothing could have prepared us for what happened a year ago, but we can put things in place to help us all continue to move forward together. We've all got a special place in our heart for our first responders. Like many young kids growing up, my story began as a kid wanting to be a police officer my whole life, watching 1 Adam 12, Dragnet, and all the other shows. It was great. When I first ran for council, one of my bedrock principles was the need to continue with a strong, capable, and professional police and fire department Burnsville was already known for when I ran for office. It's been my steadfast belief that good, durable, and resilient communities are built upon a strong sense of public safety. When we all can feel safe and secure, we can then focus on all the other things that make a community great. We have that in Burnsville, thanks to those heroes who serve our public safety teams every single day, and especially those heroes who paid the ultimate price for the safety of others. I am proud of our chiefs standing here today with us for their work, their leadership, and their tireless dedication to our community. They wear their badges proudly, and I am thankful, as everyone is, for their efforts. Today, as we continue to heal from the profound and tragic loss of those who served, Officer Matthew Ruge, Officer Paul Emstrad, and firefighter-paramedic Adam Finseth, we once again recognize their ultimate sacrifice in saving 7 children's lives. We will continue to honor their profound courage, selflessness, and dedication to our community. This City Council will never forget them, what they stood for, and the people they were. Thank you again for being here to honor our fallen heroes and our police and fire teams. Many of you in the public have asked, what can you do to help our teams heal? To that end, we appreciate greatly the support from the Minnesota Fraternal Order of Police Foundation and the Burnsville Police and Fire Foundation in raising funds and providing resources for families and staff. If you wish to contribute and support our teams in their healing, please consider donating. There are posters with information here in City Hall with information on how you can donate. Once again, thank you very much for coming together for everyone in our community. I now would like to introduce my fellow council member, Vince Workman, who has some comments to make himself. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Keeley. Thank you all for being here today. As my colleagues have stated, today is a somber day as we remember the senseless loss of life of Adam, Matt, and Paul. All 3 of these young men gave their lives doing what they loved while protecting our community from evil. I wanted to share a quick story about something I observed on February 18th, 2024, last year. As many of you may recall, we held a press conference at 2 p.m. on this day to discuss what had just taken place. As we were making our way to the council chambers from the basement, I had crossed paths with a friend and a sergeant on our police department. As I approached the sergeant, I could see the red in his face, the fatigue in his eyes, and the overwhelming sadness in his shoulders and body. He was in charge of our emergency management operations and still is to this day. My guess is that he had been at City Hall most of the morning and into the afternoon and was running on fumes. As I walked past him, I gave him a pat on the back and received a nod in return. I would find out a few weeks later that one of our fallen officers was not just a fellow officer, but a personal close friend who our sergeant spent time with outside of work. This moment struck me because it made me wonder how many of us could show up to work after losing a close friend, especially on the worst day of our careers. Adam, Matt, and Paul were personal friends to many people in our police and fire departments, and many of those people put in a full shift on this day last year. I wanted to tell this story because it reflects the kind of people that work for Burnsville Police and Fire. We have the most impressive group of men and women to wear a badge in this state, and there isn't a day that goes by where I'm not beyond proud of the work that they do for our community. Our police and fire departments show up every single day, even on the darkest day in our community's history. They show up because they are passionate about serving others and taking care of us. I wanted to take this time to send a sincere thank you to every person in our police and fire departments for everything you have done yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thank you, and now Chief Jungman will have a few words.
Thank you, Councilmember Workman, for your introduction. And thank you, everyone, for being here today covering this important story. It's been a long year for many in this community. It's been a long year for the fallen families of our three heroes. It's been a long year for our police and fire department members, for our city staff, and for our community. We are here today to look back, to reflect, to remember, to grieve, and importantly, to continue to heal. This journey affected all of us, and we are in this journey together. We sincerely appreciate everyone's support over the past year. So many people offered us support then and continue to offer us support now. From city staff, the community, our public safety partners, and those well beyond our community. It is amazing all the people who came forward to support us in our darkest days. We experienced an unthinkable tragedy that took the lives of three of our brothers in public safety, wounded another, and has changed the lives of many. Well, I wish we could turn back the clock and change the outcome. We are saddled with the weight of continuing to remember the sacrifice our three fallen brothers made while continuing to serve the community. We have committed to never forget them and to never stop supporting our fallen heroes' families. None of us will forget, and we will always support each other as we have a shared tragic experience. After a year after this tragedy, the common question is, how are you and your department doing? It's a really hard question to answer. The reality is I'm still at a loss to try to comprehend this unthinkable tragedy. The truth is I may not ever fully understand it. I do know this for certain, though. We will continue to work to heal together and support each other. Each of us is on our own journey, but we are not on this journey alone. What is amazing to me is that we work through our grief each and every day. Our staff continues to serve the community with professionalism and compassion. We know our fallen brothers would want us to continue to provide the highest level of protection and care to this community. Our heroes live on in the service to the community our teams provide every day. I see the best of our fallen heroes come out every day in the way that our teams serve this community. We continue to hold the families of our fallen in our thoughts, our prayers, and our support. Their lives have been changed forever due to the selfless sacrifice their loved ones made. All three of our heroes, Adam, Matt, and Paul, gave their lives saving 7 kids. We cannot and will not ever forget the sacrifice they made to keep this community safe. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for walking together on this journey with us. We appreciate the outpouring of support, the love, the care, and compassion that has been shown over the past year is overwhelming and greatly appreciated. Thank you. And now I'm honored to turn it over to my public safety partner, Police Chief Tanya Schwartz.
Thank you, Chief. I'm just so grateful for Chief Jungman being by my side through all of this. Thank you all for being here today. Today is obviously a really emotional day, and it's difficult for all of us, especially our police and fire departments. We miss our fallen partners, Matt, Paul, and Adam. We miss them a lot. The one-year anniversary of their ultimate sacrifice brings us back to the shock of that morning and the days following. And while we navigate a range of emotions today and every day, we find peace in honoring our fallen, their families, and all of our teams who displayed extraordinary courage the morning of February 18th, 2024. Last year, Chief Jungman and we spoke to all of you about how we would be trying to heal our broken hearts and how we hoped everyone impacted by this tragic loss would heal too, and we hope that you are. And we want our community to know that while today is extremely emotional, we are healing, we are finding hope in the future. Sometimes our emotions are just about being grateful for the overwhelming support like we have here today. We find comfort in caring for our fallen families, and we are just in awe of the strength and the resilience that they have for caring about us as well. And they've lost more than we can all ever imagine. So we hold them close to us as we walk along this new path together. So we focus on remembering Matt, Paul, and Adam for the exceptional men that they were every day. Amazing husbands, fathers, and sons who loved the outdoors, who loved their families, their dogs, who made people laugh and smile with their humor. Their legacy, their lives live on in our hearts, our community, and all who had the privilege of serving with them. And Chief Jungman and I are so extremely proud of our police and fire teams. Together this past year, our departments focused on healing and honoring the memory of our fallen partners. And we also honored our fallen families. We took care of each other, and we did not let this incident define or break us. We have come a very long way together, and we are just so proud of them. And we know that Matt, Paul, and Adam wouldn't have wanted us to feel broken. So our police officers, our firefighter paramedics continue to show up every day with unwavering courage and dedication, just as their fallen partners did. They all serve as an inspiring example for law enforcement officers, firefighter paramedics, EMS, and the public safety community at large. We remain grateful for the strength of our community. So many that are here today or listening in with us, our public safety brothers and sisters, and the countless individuals and organizations that continue to step up and care for us. We're also grateful to our non-sworn staff who continue to serve with honor in the work that they do for our community every day. They have also taken great care of us over this past year. We know how impactful losing Matt, Paul, and Adam was across the state and the country, but it was especially impactful for our community. So our hope is that our community will find peace in being present here today, spending a moment with the 3 memorial wreaths, or reflecting on the sacrifice public safety willingly takes on to protect and serve. Let us not forget the selfless sacrifice of Officer Matt Ruge, Officer Paul Elmstrand, and firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth. As we honor our fallen, we also remember our Minnesota law enforcement brothers who were killed in the line of duty last year, and all of our brothers and sisters across the country who also gave the ultimate sacrifice in service to a job that they loved. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it back over to City Manager Lindberg.
To our community, thank you for the steadfast support over the last year. Join me in continuing to do so and do the same for the men and women who choose to put the uniform on day in and day out to care for each of us. Thank you for being here to honor Paul, Matt, and Adam. They are heroes. Throughout the day, the community is encouraged to gather with us at the 3 wreaths outside City Hall to remember and honor them. City facilities will be lit red and blue, and the city flag will be flown at half-staff in honor of our fallen heroes and their families. Thank you.